Here is the video from the way that my car looks right now, the last full day that I have been living in it, so that I could show what it fully looks like and the state that it is currently in, and how I kind of left it. This is what it looks like from the outside, and because I am so tall, my mattress, you know, it extends clear out to here. You can't really see it right now, but when it's daylight, you can kind of see the setup of the bed. Here we have the car platform. This is the drawer with my clothes in it. These are my desk slash countertop pieces. And this is the piece that was modified to just sit on that. This mattress is the X-Bed Mega Mat, and it is the 77-inch by 25-inch, and I have the sheet on it. The sheet was really very durable considering I would slide in and out of it, but I'll show you where it kind of started to wear. So this is just my throw blanket that I'm glad I had this because I could put it up against the door to get any condensation that instead of it going onto my quilt. And then this is just some storage down here. When I removed the legs, it cleared up a ton of space, and it just was so much easier to get things in and out. So this is the other side. You can see my battery pack here, and then this is my hair straightener, and then my laptop I would store right here. But this is my camera bag, water, workout shoes. This is my dirty clothes and just some miscellaneous tools. And then right here, this is an extra space, and this is where I have my drone. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back like I would do after I got up for the day. So I would just fold this back there, and then take the throw blanket and then fold that back there. And then I'd shove my pillow right there. So this is what it looks like. And then here's the front seat. This is how I ended up supporting the top piece of the platform. This is just a stair tread, a rubber stair tread that I put on here to protect the back of the seat, and then also the plastic pieces where the headrest slides in and out of. So these are lashing straps, and then I cut this piece off of some cam bolt straps, I think is what they were called, because I just wanted to be able to, if I needed to completely take this off, I wanted the hook on here to be able to do that with. So that just hooks on there like that, and then it is attached underneath with some, I guess those are called D-rings maybe. And then there's a piano hinge under there. And then this is just, this has evolved. This car platform has evolved. This area here is for just always my gym bag. I would have this always sitting here. If I left, I could put this down there on the floor. And then my coats I put here. And then that I can use to, when I use my laptop in the car. And then during the week for work, I would set my uniform right here. And then my combat boots right up there. And then this here is the table. It's the steering wheel table tray. So I just kind of store this right there on the side. In the door here, this is an air freshener that I used. Doesn't require any sort of plug or warmer device, and it's for Breeze, and it works really well. Here is the back. I'll show what those drawers are, but they are secured using a lashing strap. And then this is my stove, and I show how that is secured. And then this is my 12-volt electric quilt blanket. This is my part of my car emergency kit. If I need a bug out, I'll just take this bag. It's got my winter gloves in here, wool sweater, spotlight, and then here, toilet paper. And then this is my plug for my drill, because I just tended to sometimes need to use it to reconfigure my platform bed, so I just left it in here. And then these are extra tools. This came in handy big time. And then these are my tie down straps, and then that is another tool bag right there. So that just stores right there, and then there's my drill. And then this is has jumper cables, and this part of my emergency kit or emergency car kit. And this is too. Oh, this has things like bear spray and my car jumper and everything. This is kind of a, I would use this kind of as a vacuum to vacuum out my car. It didn't work that great, but it was okay in a pinch. This is my camera tripod, and then this is the little micro table. And this was a handy little spot I could use to store just some car tools, my other Joby tripod. This is my quilt. This is what worked. I mean, this is the reason. This, between this and the pad, this is the reason that I was able to stay in my car in the dead of winter in below freezing temperatures. And this is my drawer where I would keep my uniform. This is where I put my jacket, and then this is just a box with some miscellaneous items in there. And then this is a spatula utensil set, and another can of the butane fuel for my stove, and then this is tire fix-a-flat stuff. If I absolutely needed to use that, I would. I know people don't like it. So this is the case for my pad, and then the canvas case for my sleeping bag from Enlightened Equipment is right there. Now this side, I have this still set up in the bed configuration. So the cover for my front window I would just store right here, and then my 5-in-1 tool to scrape my windshield with the ice I'd put there. And then this is a chair. This came in very, very handy to use just to sit, because I put the seat down for the bed. This thing was a great purchase, and it just spilled water on there, so now it's probably stained for good with the water spot. So this has different angles in which you can put the back. If you want to sit up totally straight, you can do that. And then it folds completely flat. I have stored it up here on the bed. You know, that's a way to keep it out of the way. And if you need some space here. And then to cook or to work on my laptop, I would pull one of these boards out. So yeah, I would tuck it under the other one there for some support. And then I could just sit there, put my laptop on here, put my Coleman stove on here, and do whatever I needed to do. So that's just one 2x4 piece. I think it's about a 1/4 inch thick, and I just had them cut it in half for me. And then this is where I put my clothes. I did get rid of some of my clothes just because you don't wear a lot of the clothes that you do get. So these drawers are super deep. This is my towel that I'd use to shower. This is the pump for my pad if I need to pump it up any firmer than it already is, but I haven't really had to do that, only when I've deflated it. I got these big container drawers at Container Store, and then these drawer organizers are from IKEA. This is a mesh compression sack for my quilt that, I mean, I didn't use it all that much just because it was easier to shove back, but if I wanted things to be a little bit more like spacious, then I could put the quilt in the mesh sack. So this is the other side of the platform. This is a first aid kit. I have the platforms, both of them, secured down with this lashing strap to this tie down. So it's looped around both platforms underneath And then the same thing with this drawer. When I'm driving, I strap these drawers down here and they stay put. This is the kind of the toiletry drawer. And these are the same brand drawers as the big bottom ones. They're just more shallow. So these are the items that I would use to fill up my toiletry bag. And these are face wipes, warmers. This is dry shampoo. And then just, some miscellaneous items. And then the top drawer, this was the food drawer, just because when the chair was up, the back of the chair would be in the way of this drawer, so it was more accessible up here. So these are the food items that I currently have. These are great. I always eat these at work, so I'll probably put these in my drawer at work. And then this is my awesome Chow Pal that I love so much. I ended up keeping that in here. And then, yeah, I had this in case I needed it for the pan, but I didn't. These are really handy because I tend to get honey and then it spills when I go camping. So these are just in packets. And then these are some different quinoa meals. I haven't tried these. So these cans fit really well in here. And the Dentimore stew, and those were good. These were actually pretty good. I'm not a oats person, but I did like those. This milk is awesome. It doesn't have to be refrigerated. Chill and shake before serving. Refrigerate after opening. Where does it say? It says UHT processed for longer shelf life, can be stored unrefrigerated. So this is the Horizon organic milk, and this is really, really good stuff. So in the winter, because I was doing this all in the winter, I would just put this up at night in my basket here to chill these, and that worked out really well. Well, this is a little portable chair that I had in case I ever wanted to use it, which I never did. I just stored it in this cubby area here. This is my Stanley pan set, and I have this secured here with this. So that is secured down there with the lashing strap and the rubber bands here. This ended up being the toilet system that I would use. I got this little box just because some of the bags that I was using were not very deep. So I would use this so that the bag wouldn't fall all the way in the can. And honestly, this worked out really, really well. So this is just a garbage can from Target. It cost me $4.99, and I sat on it in the store to make sure it was strong enough and it could hold my weight. And the shape of it is actually more like a toilet seat is at home. It's more oval. It's not round like the round buckets that people use. And I did have a small 2-gallon bucket at first, but I was using it up here and I was much more crouched. And then I was like, I'm going to use this area down here on the floor, put my car up, and then I'll have way more room. The 2-gallon round bucket didn't work as well. And then this, I can put my seat all the way back and it just collapses in there, and I can just leave it down there during the day. And so these are the bag items. I've gone through different types of bags. This is the green elephant bag. This is the poo powder. It solidifies liquid waste. And this was only used for number 1. If I had to use it for number 2, I absolutely would, but I did not have to. I use the back of the seat to keep my toilet paper and to keep the flushable wipes to clean up, and then any reading material if you wanted. I didn't use those. And then this is an extra purchase. I ended up storing my flashlight in here and then some tissues. And then because this is where I slept, I was initially keeping my security items right here, but then I transferred them. I transferred them to up in here. I would have to push my seat all the way forward so that I could use this area to use the restroom. And it would give me plenty of space there to do my business. And I would stand up. I could stand up and then I could get back in the bed. These are the table legs from IKEA that I used for my car platform bed. And what I would do with this one is, you know, I mean, if I needed to use this as a weapon, I certainly could. But I would use this in the morning or in the night if it was just really cold and I just wanted some warm air to push start my car. But yeah, that's how I would do it, with the seat all the way forward and laying in my bed. I'm going to do my best to show how I would put this down from within the car, just where I would normally sit with the camera out there. So I just would lift this up, let this fold in half. Initially I did have a device here to like keep it closed, but I decided that I really didn't need it at all. So that just hangs there like that. And then I take the mattress and fold it like that, and then push the seat back. And so that way, so then if I wanted it to be a little bit more covered, you know, just like in parking lots at work or whatever, like in parking lots, I would just take a jacket and cover it up that way. The bag I just have access to get ready or do whatever I need to do. Everything really does need to have a place. It certainly does. And then these are mirrors that are really handy. You can hook them in so many places. They're great. It can attach to the steering wheel very easily, like that. And they're really inexpensive. I'm glad early on that I reconfigured the top piece of the platform bed to be able to put the seat back and kind of get that out of the way. You know, there were times where I would fold the mattress all the way back, but I just found that this was easier and there would be some ventilation. Oh, I almost forgot. So this mattress, as I mentioned, so I would climb in and out of the bed from the front seat mostly, and I would slide in and out and it would pull, like the sheet would pull, you know, and it definitely held up really well to that kind of use. But right here, this seam is wearing out. And I don't know why they even have a seam here. I'm probably going to end up having to get a new sheet, which I will get. It keeps your mattress clean and you can wash it. But if you do get one of these, then certainly put this seam part at the end where the feet are, just so it's not getting as much use from your upper body where it's a lot more heavy. And then that won't wear out like that. So that's something that I would recommend. Let me show this really quick. Having a sunroof is awesome and came in handy. So in the winter time, with it being so cold, I could just put things out here at night. Okay. Yeah, so I could put things in and out at night and keep things cold for in the morning. This is where I keep the charging cables for my battery pack. That's where I store the battery pack, and then I plug the straightener in to the plug, and then I could charge it from right there. And that was a nice compact size. That is 500 watts. Cost me $270, and it was well worth it because, as I mentioned, you know, I'm a car camper, so I'll absolutely be using that when I go camping. I didn't have a cooler or anything with the time of year it was, but I was able to manage okay. And yeah, that's the way it looks the day before I move out of it. I hope you enjoy this video, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.